So we're live. I'm going to try to stand up a new Raspberry Pi cluster on Raspberry Pi 4s using Korifi. So the first thing I'm going to do is I put in a USB drive, and now I'm going to pull up my. Sorry, I'm going to like close all my screens here,
Yeah, definitely.
and I'm going to find my Raspberry Pi. So no pressure. Again, I'm fine with pressure. We're gonna go here to the Raspberry Pi imager, and we're gonna
Totally from
choose.
scratch.
Yeah, we're gonna go from the Ubuntu everything. We're gonna do this is a Raspberry Pi 4,
Hmm.
and we're gonna choose the same operating system, Ubuntu, the server for 2410. We'll choose that disk that I just put in. I don't know what was on it, but it's too late now. And then we're gonna go edit these settings. What should we call this? This is a PoE. This is a PoE 00. No, I
Power
know.
over
We're gonna
Ethernet.
we're gonna call these
PoE stands for
leaky.
power over Ethernet.
Yep, power over
Okay.
Ethernet. So these ones, they have a power over Ethernet hat on them, so that all I need
Got
to do
it.
is plug in the network, and I get power from the network
Boom.
or over that same thing. So that's what we're gonna call this, and go. And now I know that this is gonna take a little bit because these are old disks. These are USB 2.0. I can't even read it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were cheap at the time. But this is where we pay for it. Like the new 3.2 that were these are 30 or 32 gigs. The 3.2 one, it was
Correct.
done like that. Like we'd already be done if I had the faster USB drives. It goes so fast, and I didn't realize how big of a difference that was until I did it. So yeah,
Yep.
this is super slow. But all that we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this. We're gonna jump out of this. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this one anymore. We are going to go. I have some of these files. Uh, I should put these files out into a GitHub repo, so that and these are just the files that I use to stand it up. My Cloudflare D, that bin format. So let's pump that up and let's see how
Because
we're
of this
doing.
whole article, now I learned almost three, four things from scratch within those 4 5 hours.
Good.
ENVRC I didn't do. DIR ENV I didn't do.
There you go.
K3 is up. I didn't do. K9S I never did. So all these 4 5 things
Yeah, all those little
from
cheat
scratch.
codes. Yep,
Uh,
it's all those little cheat codes that add up to making things work. So yeah, just I didn't. We're not streaming to all the channels. We're only streaming to the little communities. So we're in good shape.
mm,
No pressure. Yeah, this just takes a bit. So after it's done writing, it's going to verify. But then, oh, I got to get myself some power. I have power over here. So I'm going to take out these disks, add some disks.
and like a very odd question, maybe
Yeah.
because I'm not Kubernetes experienced guy. Uh, for example, I just start with one node
Hmm.
and everything is just working fine, awesome. I actually do not need another node, but if I add another node, maybe in 1 hour, 2 hour later,
Hmm.
how does that work out? Like very, very typical question. Who is
It
not
works.
used to Kubernetes? It
Yeah, it
works.
works. It's just fine.
So, so it'll redirect your stuff internally via Kubernetes onto that node wherever it'll balance out or something. Correct? That is all
Yeah,
about
it doesn't
technical.
automatically rebalance, but over
Okay,
time it will rebalance.
it'll do. Okay,
Yep. And you can force
not
it.
right away.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can force it to rebalance.
okay.
So yeah, and there's I think some projects out there that'll help you with that. So hey, we have our disk, and I think that I can boot these off of this disk. that might be a problem, but we'll see. So I'm gonna put this in. On these, the blue ones are the faster ones. The blue ones are the
Correct.
USB 3.0, so let's use those. I'm gonna put the zero. I'm gonna put this on the bottom, and then I'm just gonna plug it in. I have a PoE port over here, and I'm gonna plug this one in.
PoE needs a separate PoE based router also, correct?
Yep, it needs
Like
a PoE
your
based.
infra has to be there. It's
Yeah,
not just a regular.
yeah. So my little switch that's on my desk, it has power coming in. It has regular network coming in, but it's a PoE switch, so it injects power onto
Got it.
that port. So only
Hmm.
two of those ports are getting power. While that's booting up, I'm going to take another USB disk and I'm going to throw that in to my drive over here. And I'm just going to do this same thing. Same settings, changing this one value to make it one. This cluster I used to do, these are the nodes that I used to run Olama, and they ran my AI models. So we're going to use this. So they've
But
always
AI
been
without GPU is like
slow. It's
the
just
lesser
slow,
amount
but
of
it works.
GPUs. Very slow, but it
Yep.
works.
It's just slow, but it works. You can run these
Hmm.
AI models on Raspberry Pis. I don't know if you saw the DeepSeek news,
Yeah,
but yeah, we've got people running DeepSeek on
from Happy New
Raspberry
Year to
Pis.
it turned around to be Happy Deep Seek. Deep
Yep.
Seek. Yeah.
Yep.
And Nvidia lost good amount of money in share market.
Yep. Yep. So did my company. I work for Broadcom. Broadcom took a big hit.
Hmm.
Broadcom Nvidia also took a big hit. Those are, I think, the two that were hit the most. You know, something like $1 trillion of value just disappeared from the market.
So technically, Spring has been taken over multiple times in the recent few years.
Uh,
Correct.
yeah,
VMware,
yeah.
prior to VMware, it used to be Pivotal, I
Pivotal,
believe.
Pivotal. Yep.
Mm.
So it was Spring Source, and it even had another like what was it called, like Spiral 21 or something. But it was Spring Source, then Pivotal, then to VMware, and now to Broadcom.
Mm. Why
So
do
yeah,
they do this? Like just the just to like what's the agenda behind it taking over?
uh,
Do they buy it or because it's an open source project? How do they do it exactly?
yeah, yeah. That's a really good question. So yeah, Spring is open source, except it provides a lot of value. So why would you
Correct.
buy, the team around open source? Well, because that's where all the expertise is. You don't want them to
Mm.
go away, so you say, "Hey, I want to keep you guys working on this really valuable thing. So we're just going to pay you, this team.
Hmm.
You keep on working on it. All right.
Yeah.
So that team, ebb and flow. That the team, but the core of that team is still
Keep on
there.
adding IP to the
Well, it's open
stuff.
source, right? But it just
Correct.
keeps on adding value. So with with this expertise in house, and
Hmm.
then yeah, we have other products,
They're
right?
paid projects also, like PCF being one of them. Tenzu.
Yep, yep. So you have all these other paid products that work really
Hmm.
well with Spring. So yeah, that makes sense, right? Uh, VMware,
Enterprise,
yeah.
enterprise level things are a lot of things are there.
So think of the
VMware is
the
one of the one in VMware.
yeah, think of the largest enterprises in the world. They're all running VMware,
Correct.
right? Think of the largest enterprises
We
in
are
the world.
only
They're
just
all
tiny
using
bit
Spring,
of.
right? They're all using Spring as well. So it
Yep.
just makes sense. Like, hey, you're going to the grocery store, you're going to pick up peanut butter and jelly. Like, just instead of having the peanut butter and jelly be in two different places, yeah, you just put them together, and that's what it is.
And like for example, in my company, I used to work for it through Infosys, like as a
Mm-hmm.
contractor back in 2017, 18, somewhere around that time. They were like Telstra, Australian telecom company,
Yep.
Telstra. They used to do heavy Node.js also while doing Spring Boot and legacy work when that boom of microservices came in.
Yep.
And but when PCF came into picture, they were like, we'll not go on for Node.js. We'll maximum we'll use Spring Boot only
Yep.
because
Scale.
of the
Dollars.
support and scalability. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so properly coupled, PCF and Spring Boot.
They are they work well together.
Correct.
For sure. They work well together.
Made like technically yes, PCF was made for Spring being one of the
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
uh,
Uh, it- but the funny
though
thing is,
everything
like,
else will work, but this
yeah,
thing is like out of the box. You'll get config server, you'll get UAA and blah 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 other things.
yeah. All right, so now I have disk two. I'm gonna put this in. Ooh, and I put it out of reach here. Give me one sec. I'm gonna put in disk
Mhm.
two, and I'm gonna give that machine power. And I didn't even check to see if it booted. Uh, we'll see.
Do you also hard bind your nodes with using DHCP server and something?
Just DHCP, but I don't specify. I don't hard
MAC
code
address.
the. Yeah, because I turn these things over so much, and I have so
Okay,
many devices like this. Like I don't
it's
care what
hard to
IP it
remember.
gets. I'm gonna set it up as a cluster with the IPs that it has. But the next time they might not get the same IPs, and that's okay.
Okay,
So I don't.
it's
It's
okay.
just one less thing for me to manage. And because I
Hmm.
turn them over so much, I don't care if they're doing it right. Um, Here, I'll say this. Uh,
But how do you figure out the IP? You'll have to go to the router,
uh,
or how do you figure out?
yeah. Well, I gave it a name, right?
Okay, so using the name, yeah, got it.
Oh, no, but this is a problem. I had tail scale, so it's using that name. So I got to do this. Uh, so instead of the public IP, I got to use this. So here's my IP. Oops. Let's do all the normal steps. Oh, but you know what I have now that I didn't have before? This is going to go faster because I set up, um, what is it called? I set up apt proxy. Um, Let me figure out. Hold on, I got to figure out which one it is. But anyways, when I do this sudo apt update, right now it's calling all the way out to the internets to pull all this stuff down. But what I want to do, hold on. Where is it? I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I asked. Um, but I have a daemon on my network that's listening, and I don't remember what the project is, so I'm trying to find it. Where did I do it last?
What's the purpose of it?
Hold on, I'm gonna go to make it so that all my Raspberry Pis aren't calling all the way out to the internet. I have a proxy for my apt projects,
Okay, okay.
and it's
So it's like
on.
a local cache for
Yep.
all the pulls. Got it.
Uh,
It's similar to what good number of
this, so I have the
cloud providers do.
yep uh, auto apt proxy,
Hmm.
and I think that's it.
Otherwise, these steps are too slow. Like they'll be
Yeah,
take over the
so I'm
internet.
trying to speed it up. History
Hmm.
registry history.
Bringing up a new node will be way quicker.
Yeah, is this the one? I think this is it. Auto app proxy. Super fast. All right, so let's just do this. And let's see if that works. We want it to go faster, and we can look. I think it's running over here. Oh, I only got 10 minutes history. Where did I run it? Oh, I ran it on the other one. Sorry. By Korifi 00. I ran it on the single node. So what I installed was
Line 93 Avahi daemon.
this one, the apt cacher ng. That's the one that does the automatic networking stuff. So if I do 107, and now that I installed this, the auto apt proxy, now if I do sudo apt update, I should see it talking over here. Hopefully. No, it's not. That's not good. I wanted it to be talking over here. So that's where this is supposed to be saying, hey, I've got your apt stuff, and it's not. But why? I'm going to go double check. I only got 10 minutes, so we're not going to get through a full install, but I'm going to show you this other cool thing. SSH2 Blender 00. And I swear this is it. So let's see. This one should be connecting. So I do sudo apt update from this one. I should see that over here. There we go. So that one's definitely connected. So it might just be that this one doesn't have the...
because of tail scale, the different network and something.
Maybe. But it should be on my internal network. It shouldn't be tail scale. So this one works. This one's definitely connected. And I do that because I have hundreds of devices. I don't want them all going out to the internet and hitting those servers.
So how does it work? Like,
so this one, this Korifi 00, this one has that Avahi daemon. So it makes that announcement. It says, hey, network, on this internal network, I have this service. And then these guys, they have this. So that they're like, hey, is there anybody on the network, answering for this? So even though it looks like it's
someone has to be daemon, so it's not like
But I have this daemon. So what if I do this? What if I do 98 or 100? I restart it. So let's just see. So maybe that'll do an announcement, and then let's see if we can get it to hit this time. So maybe we just needed to give it a little bit of time to figure out, oh, I have a proxy there. Doesn't look like it. So what do I need? I didn't need to do anything different. That was the thing, is I want this one to just work. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just reboot this machine. I'm going to go over here to this other one, SH Luki01. I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to do it before I do the upgrade. Luki00. I switched it, right? There we go. So I'm going to do this before I do the upgrade. So that it installs that auto apt proxy. I can hear the other one rebooting. And the whole thing is
the fan noise is coming up from there only?
Yeah, that's coming up from one of them. I don't know which one. It was 00, just as it was booting up. So I have all these up in a just a closet next to me. I'll put a camera on
Yeah, you
those
had
so
shown
everybody
it
can
first
see.
time, the
Yeah.
closet.
So here, that's going. Now let's see if we can do sudo apt update. No, it doesn't. I wanted that to show up. So what? Why is it not picking it up? I think it's just a time network thing. Um, so let's do this. Sudo shutdown -r now. We'll go back to 00. And we'll see. We only have 5 minutes, but that's okay. We're gonna have another cluster, and these are Raspberry Pi 4s.
Hmm.
Sudo apt update. It's still not working. Why isn't it?
So Cloudflare D, I need to install on the Raspberry Pis, or it has
Yes.
to be there, obviously, but only on the main node, the master node.
Um, so you're deploying it to Kubernetes. Oh, so let's
Correct.
just jump to that. So hey, I'm upgrading 00. Let it do its thing. It's still not using that, which I'm bummed about. I shouldn't have to do anything. It should just recognize the network. But we'll come back to that. But then that just makes this take a long time. So let's just jump over
Hmm.
to this guy. What I did was Sean dash dev. Oh, I do the password. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it again. Sorry. Um, all we're doing is that Cloudflare D YAML. We're just applying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not on the cluster, right? Let's switch to it. kubectx blender. Um, so I'm deploying now. Originally, I deployed 2 instances. I'm only deploying 1 now of Cloudflare
Mm-hmm.
D. And the way that that gets deployed is I just do a kubectl apply of this guy. So
Correct.
let's say,
The one that is shared over Discord,
yep,
correct?
yep. So all I'm saying is I just want 1, right?
One replica, okay.
Yep. Everything else is a default. That's what you get. This tells you how to install it, how to put the secrets
Yep,
in.
pretty clear. Pretty
Yep.
clear.
So, but those secrets, they're on this juice box. This is where I ran the Cloudflare D tunnel create to create the tunnel. I ran that from this
On the
machine, not on
got it,
the
got
not on
it.
the host. I ran that
Not on the
just to get
Raspberry
that
Pi.
tunnel ID.
Hmm.
All right. So that created it inside of Cloudflare. I got that tunnel ID. And then once that secret is there,
From
when I
where you
deploy
are
this,
running the kubectl, they have to be there.
yes.
Got it. Got it.
Yep.
Totally got it.
And then the other big change that I did here was I was like, I realized that everything can come in. Everything can come
Hmm.
in to Korifi. Because
Hmm.
if I haven't routed that network, I haven't routed that tunnel, it's not going to be here. So it's only
Correct.
the things that I route through Cloudflare that are going to show up here. So I don't need to
Yep.
add a bunch of stuff here. I just let everything go and then let Korifi handle it.
Yep. Can you go slightly above? There is one section that
Oops, I
mentions
can.
a file. This one, credentials file, etc. Cloudflare D creds. What is this?
That got put onto the cluster when we did this. So that config map,
When we did the first YAML.
yep, nope, right here. We created this.
Hmm.
We created this secret for credentials JSON, and it put it into a secret. So this is just looking in that config YAML, the data of that is just telling it where those secrets go. So all it's doing is configuring YAML behind the scenes.
Okay, binding
You don't have
behind
to
the scenes.
do
Okay.
anything. Yep. So our secret
And
populated this.
one slightly another doubt. As of date, you are doing star to 80 port, correct? Port 80.
Yep.
of the invoice. Correct. In the original file that you had shared that day, that was 443 also, and TLS unsafe for something something.
That's because I did the API. I was doing the API
Yep,
forwarding.
for the API.
Yep.
API forwarding, as in for the CF API, correct? For
Yep.
you to log in remotely,
Yep.
correct? Hmm. So for that bit, that will be required when you would want to access CF publicly without needing you to have access
And we
to
don't
this.
want to do that, right? I don't want to make
As of
my
date, you
API.
will not want it, but maybe if you'll want to allow
So that's a
current to
bad
access it.
practice. You don't
Uh,
want to allow the API on a public route.
hmm.
Just you don't want to do that. If you have like a
But
VPN
how would
route,
you make it available for the folks that you are planning? Like they'll be
yep. I'm not. Great question. Am I going to give them access to CF push? Nope. I'm going to do it all in my
no.
pipelines.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
It's
But
pure pipeline based, not
yep.
CF as in CF push won't be available. Got it.
Right. So that's where I'm at next step. I have to run. I am late for I'm
Yeah,
double
totally
booked.
fine, totally fine. I'll
So this is good.
possibly
Let's circle back
ping
because
you
I'm gonna.
again.
I have more to
Uh,
show you. I want to get this box stood up, and yeah,
yep.
let's keep on going.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Soon, soon. Yep. Thank you. Bye.